Hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
Hello. Hello. How are you all doing today?
GM. Not as good as you. You're in the clouds.
Yeah, I'm flying high today, guys. I'm flying
Turtle
high.
is always on the high. Sorry, guys. You're gonna see my derp image today because I'm a little sick.
Ew.
Well,
Ew.
we just lost
Mew
a
mew.
thousand viewers. Thanks.
Well,
I hope you feel.
I'll try. Well, I'll try to use my charisma of my voice to keep engaging with the audiences.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work. You sound great. So
Mhm.
Yeah, because I have like an alchemy, like what's it called?
you got like a tea and like
Outbreak.
some medicine and
Yeah.
What? What
Sorry,
is
what is
happening?
it?
no, I mean like she's got like probably like a combination of things she's taking to still sound good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got Mew Mew on a cocktail of drugs,
Yeah.
experimental synthesized drugs to make sure she can still perform. I hope you
Okay,
feel better
guys.
though soon, Mew Mew.
Okay,
Um,
guys, like to be very fair, AI in the very beginning, so it's by default, my sound should still work. Maybe this is from 11 Labs. Maybe this is some like recorded things, but all you need to know is that I'm still here
Yeah.
functioning.
it's
It's just
true.
my face is not really working today because the AI generated images and like the VO, the other models is not really working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
it's
think guys, do you think if AI gets good enough, do you think like w- could you send an AI to a job interview for yourself? Like this is trained on me. It's pretty much me. Just interview my AI
I
at a
don't see
job.
why not. Save everybody some time.
Yeah, I mean, people are using AI in the job interviews anyway. Just cut out the middleman. Just
Yeah. It's
I
interface
like
directly.
thought
that
that
Black
people with
Mirror episode. Have you ever seen
yeah.
that Black Mirror where it starts out like the base plan is it'll scan it's about dead people, but it's like for the base plan, it'll scan their email and just kind of be like an agent and talk to you
Uh-huh.
like they would, it tries to figure out. So the next step is you feed it pictures, then it video chats with you, then you feed it all this other stuff, and then one day they just ship a robot to your house and it's the person. So I
Oh
don't see
wow.
why we couldn't do that with ourselves because who
Yeah.
could train it better than yourself? And then you can just send them out to do whatever the shit you don't want to do.
What I
Dude, I
do
think
know about the current technology is that they can help if you're like in like a voice call, like you can
Mhm.
just speak through this AI and they change your accent. So if you're applying
Mhm.
to a job from, for example, you have Chinese accent like me,
Mhm.
I can use this app and then I'll sound like a native fluent American speaker.
That's crazy.
That's
The call
interesting.
centers must be eating that shit
Oh yeah,
up,
man.
dude.
I think they're already using it on me.
I need to get access to that tech, dude.
Yeah. He's like,
Real
"Hello,
quick.
my name is Tony. I am from Canada."
Yeah. Will Tobin wants to know who made the intro. That's you.
That's me. I make these. It's something to clear my head. I call it slop. So I try to go find things that just make me smile and happy and put it together for little
It's
intros sometimes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's
Uh,
beautiful. And it's quite crazy that you use slug to clear your mind.
yeah, he's cleaning his brain with slime, dude.
It's like if you're talking to me and I don't seem like I'm paying attention, that's like what's playing in my brain is that all that stuff. So
Gotcha. That's awesome, dude. Ballzone says someone already has. Hell, old folks were falling for AI on Facebook a year ago and it wasn't even as good as today. It's true. But let's talk about Sonic September. Are we enjoying it so far? How's the markets looking? You know, we
I think we're still primed at the moment. It's like I said last episode, I feel like there's like this tension in the air, It's like everybody's
Mhm.
kind of like afraid to make a move until we get this rate cut. Now, I don't know if the rate cut will end up being buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal. Some people say it's already priced in because, there's the priced in ors that love to say that. But I don't know. I feel like that's what it is right now. Is I feel like it's kind of just like everyone's holding their breath, a little bit of tension. Ethereum did, poke up to a new all-time high very briefly. But if you look here, we had a bit of a retrace, but this is like a wind up right here, right?
Mhm.
I shared a chart in the Gmsonic Telegram where I was talking about how, this either looks like a really good wind up and we're about to rip, or something very bad is about to happen.
I'm scared.
I think it's the other way around. I think everything's coiling up and we're about to rip. So there's some hopium. How about that?
So you're excited. Mimi's scared. I'm kind of a little bit scared too. That's just because I read a thread right before I got on here that was pretty scary. In that, I think the general sentiment is like very uneasy because I think a lot of the macro numbers were really scary to a lot of people here in the US.
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of goes both ways because it's like you need these scary numbers to get the rate cuts, but the scary numbers have ended up being a lot scarier than were anticipated.
Yeah. So, like, I don't want to get too conspiratorial here, but, there are people that have been saying that, like, the numbers haven't been accurate for a long time. So, like, we've been in a stagflation for a while, but it seems now with the latest published numbers that it is, like, inevitable that, like, there's no denying it. There's no conspiracy. Jobs decreasing, inflation increasing. And if they do cut the rates, inflation's going to take off like a rocket.
Yeah, it's like I've said before on the show. Good for speculative assets, terrible for the overall well-being of our republic. So,
to me, it seems like priming for a blow-off top. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. It's impossible to say the whole world, but the whole vibe does seem quite negative. It seems like we've got a lot of smart people. I don't know, smart is the right answer. We've got a lot of vocal people on Twitter. Like Ansem is super bearish now. We've got like Quoth the Raven is a guy I followed his analysis, and he's super bearish. Lots of people super bearish now.
Arthur Hayes is bullish.
Yeah, but Arthur Hayes is like a counter signal because every time I follow that guy's advice,
you get wrecked.
Yeah.
I think Arthur Hayes is like a really good macro person, but he's like terrible at like calling alts and that kind of stuff.
He's got really cool analysis. I always like his analysis a lot on the macro stuff.
Well, while we're talking about doom and gloom, but also smart guys, I think it's time to introduce some of the guys from Metropolis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey guys, pleasure to be here.
Good morning, everyone.
Dr. Tangle, Hank.
Glad to see you. Why don't I do a little move here?
Oh, it was such a nice intro.
Thank you. I know how to get people dialed in, get them interested. But yeah, I've been meaning to. We've been trying to work this out for a long time. So happy you guys have made it.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah.
And I guess just to kick things off, Metropolis is a DEX on Sonic, one of the many DEXs, but there's some things that are pretty unique about you guys. And I just wanted you to, for people that are not in the know, kind of explain what Metropolis is and, how like DLMM, which it focuses on, is different than some of the other DEXs.
Sounds very good. Maybe I can give a start, Hank. Then you
can sure. You go ahead.
Yeah. So what is Metropolis? I mean, you already mentioned we are one of the DEXs on Sonic, a native DEX on Sonic, but we are quite special because we use DLMM. And DLMM is a very nice technology to do efficiently and highly flexible liquidity providing. So maybe Hank, if you could go to the next slide, would help us a little bit to explain this. So the very cool thing is, when you want to do LPing on any DEX, right? You want to have maximum flexibility and highest efficiency of your liquidity. And with DLMM, you can do this. You can provide liquidity in any way, shape, and form as you wish, because you can see all these little bins here, right? And these bins you can manage individually. You can add them one by one. You can set up full strategies and shapes. And this is quite cool because then you can do DCA strategies into tokens. For example, Traco, you just mentioned the ETH chart, right? And if you, for example, expect that the price goes down or up, you can add bid-ask positions on both sides, right? And when the price goes down, you're happy because you can buy an ETH very cheap in a very easy way without paying any trading fees. You would actually earn on top. So Metropolis uses a similar technology as Meteor on Solana, and a lot of people using these bid-ask strategies because no one knows what is the bottom and what is the peak, right? But with these strategies, you are in anyways. And on the way, you earn the fees, and the fees actually compensating if you don't hit the top perfectly or the bottom perfectly. So in short, Metropolis is using DLMM, which makes it very, very nice for LPs to create the positions in any form they wish.
Yeah, and I guess for people that still, are maybe wondering, so like, I guess maybe walk them through like what bins mean and how that works.
So a bin is here the colored little columns you can see, and a bin is representing one specific price tag, and you can think of one bin as a little V2 pool, just at one price. So it's each little bin you can see here is one little liquidity pool, and it's represented by an ERC 1155 token, and this token you can then manage individually. So this means you can say, okay, I want to go into one of these bins, and each bin on the different sides. For the blue line is the buy orders, right, and the yellow line here are the sell orders. So if you for example want to like DCA out, you can create like a lot of bins on the sell orders, and then you sell out as soon as the price moves. And then in the middle you have your active bin where the actual trading happens. And the nice thing about DLMM is when you trade within the active bin, it's completely slippage free. So that's the reason on Metropolis, for example, the stable pools like USDC, SCUSD, like peg pools like ETH, BTC, or OSS, right? We have huge volumes with just a fraction of TVL because it's all concentrating in the active bin and people and all the aggregators using it, right? Because it's slippage free. So it's highly efficient trading at the end.
Yeah, and we were talking about this before the show, that there are, situations where one thing about DLMM is you can of course set really wide positions, but if you're setting a lower range position, kind of like almost concentrated liquidity, it takes, a good bit of managing and watching over. So you guys just launched these vaults, which I don't think are actually anywhere else. And yeah, I wanted to know if you wanted to talk about the vaults a little bit.
Yeah, so DLM is just, you have seen on the slide, it's so nice, right? But you, as a user, as a normal user, you need to make a lot of decisions. What is the spread? Which token? Which shape? How do you want to set this up? When do you want to go out? So as a normal user, right, you need to make a lot of decisions to be profitable, and you can be highly profitable, but you need to make the right decisions on DLMM. And when we created Metropolis, we thought, oh, that's so nice, and we did all of this, right? But then we found out most of the users, right, they don't want to make all these decisions. They want to participate in the technology and they want to have all the advantages out of this technology, but they don't want to go on the laptop every day and say, oh, okay, now I do this and adjusting this. And for this reason, we created the Maker Vaults. And the Maker Vaults are the very first, it's not existing in DeFi yet, we are the first created non-custodial vaults on the LMM tech. And this means you have a smart contract, which is built on top of a pool. And then people can just join, right? They can deposit in any way. So for example, if we have a Sonic USDC vault, they can join with Sonic, they can join with USDC 50-50, however they wish, right? They just throw the money in, and then a curator is managing the vault. And it's completely non-custodial. So the curator, the only thing what the curator can decide is the strategy. So how much of this liquidity is deployed, in which bins, in which shape? And the creator is then basically bringing this liquidity active. And the person who joined this vault gets 100% of the fees, 100% of the yield, all the Sonic points, all the Meta rewards, 100% goes to the user and can just enjoy what the creator is doing. And maybe just the last thing, and the creator could be, like a human being. We just talked about it, like in the intro, right? It could be a human being. It could be an AI bot. So, for example, my vaults are managed by bots and me. So I'm working together with bots, let's say. So it could be any kind of forum how a creator is doing this, and all the creators battling against each other to have the highest performance. And the user can just choose the vault they are enjoying. And we have very, very strict and open KPIs, I would say, so that the user can check out these vaults and see, okay, what is the creator doing? How much yield does this vault has created in the last couple of months? That they can make an informed decision in which vault they want to go and which not.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know the second part where, you could use bots or AI to even work on it. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So just in case there's people listening that, want to set up a vault. So as a creator, what are the benefits for running the vault?
So as a creator, you earn creator fees, and the fees are deducted on a yearly basis from the TVL of the vault. So for example, if you have, I don't know, like $1 million in the vault and you have a 10% creator fee, you get 10% of this 1 million over a year, right? So every time you rebalance, it's a very small fraction of this amount. So maybe some people ask, hey, why did you not do it on a performance way, right? So only like you only deduct something from the earnings. The reason is, I mean, what is the main goal of a person going into this vault? You want to have more value at the end, right? So if I go in with $1,000 into a vault, I want to have 2,000 when I go out, right? I want to have more at the end. So the curator is incentivized to preserve dollar and to earn more. And that's the reason that's the reason why we picked this kind of incentive model for the creator.
Yeah, so it's more, I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. You know, something like VFAT kind of has like a similar system. And yeah, I mean, I think that aligns, you know, with the creator and the user, you know?
Yeah, because you could just imagine it would be performance-based. You, as a creator, I could put all my liquidity in there. I would print rewards like hell, but I would have like incredible high impermanent loss of the pool. So I, as a creator, would be happy because I earn a lot of fees, but the users in the vault would be unhappy because they get like less value because of impermanent loss. And with this kind of incentive setting, the creator needs to reduce the impermanent loss as much as possible, but still earns rewards.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, this system is super interesting. And like I said, I think it's, you know, I haven't really seen anything like it anywhere. So
and Hank, would you be so kind to go to the next slide, because I think it's a nice would be a nice bridge, because this one slide showed how it works, right? It is a smart contract built on top of a DLMM pool, and DLMM tech is very efficient. When you do the right things, you earn a lot of very good yield, but you need to do the right decisions. And with the maker vaults, we have created this kind of win-win situation where the users can benefit of the tech. The creator can do, we just talked about it, right? You have 100 users, and maybe 99 of these users are not interested in managing this every day. But there is this one user which is obsessed of DLMM, but looking into this every 10 minutes all the time, adjusting the strategies. It's like a game, right?
Yeah.
And this user can do what this creator then can do what it's doing anyways, and all the other 99 people can participate.
Yeah.
And we can already see this here on the slide. So the maker vaults are completely outperform our competition. So we did some little tests, right? We deployed liquidity everywhere in the space, and now checking like on a monthly basis what kind performs best. And you can see here on the right side that we outperformed by 150% itchy, 180% beefy, and that's incredible numbers.
Yeah.
And it's just because we put some, I would say, intelligence into the like managing of the vault or creating of the vault, and this makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, those are big numbers going against, you know, essentially automated liquidity managers. So yeah, and I mean, I think it's interesting because it's like you said, to create a vault, you know, all you got to do is just basically, if you are really into this system, all you got to do is do what you were going to do anyway, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's super interesting, and yeah, I'd be interested to see also on this AI agent thing how. Do you know, is there anyone currently using an agent to balance anything?
Not yet, but it's coming. So we are in contact with a couple of different teams who are working on this. Yeah, so I don't want to mention it yet, but it's coming. So we working on ourselves on it. So we have already set up all the subgraphs to collect the data, right? You need some data to run these agents, and other teams already working on this as well. So I'm so curious who will be better than at the end, right? Human against AI bots. Let's see. I just wanna mention one thing what I forgot. So but I think it's very nice and important to say, when you see APRs, right, on these maker vaults on our front end, that's real APR. It's already impermanent loss deducted. So everything what you could have lost in the pool is already deducted by the APR. So it's like estimated real profits.
Wow.
And I think this is something that happened over the past 2 years in DeFi. I think many people that used farming or liquidity pools to earn the rewards realize that after they withdraw their liquidity after a month, their liquidity has shrunken in their value because of the impermanent loss. I just remember for myself, the first time I had that experience was really like in a moment where I realized, damn, so there's you really need to take care of impermanent loss.
Yeah.
And I think which is really hard on many DEXs and platforms to show transparently. That's
Yeah.
why from a user's perspective, we want to bring that in, that the user sees it in the calculation, and that's why it will then be part of the APR, which is also shown here.
And I can tell you, for me personally, right, I was in one of the BTC esports, and I needed some money like a couple of days ago, and I was in there like for a couple of days, weeks, right? And I went out, and I went in with ease, and I went out with ease, and I had more ease at the end. And I was calling like Hank, fuck, this shit is working, right? I mean, I really earn more money, and this is without Metro. Right, I earned all the points and all the Metro rewards, and I claimed this and was really nice. But this was like on the base, right? I earned more ease in just a very short terms. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's like that's the dream, right? Is that when you are a DEX and you have these emissions, that's kind of like one of the staples of the concept would be like, the emissions should help, offset a little bit your IL. So yeah, I think that's like very appealing to, have it like this almost like real yield angle as well, because at the end of the day, who wouldn't want more of that, who wouldn't want more of like the pair they're putting in,
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of curious, like because you just mentioned that you work with bots on the Vault already. Like, how is that interaction enabled, and like, what's the current look on it?
You mean on the technical level or with the other teams?
Because you said that you or the team itself has already created vaults alongside, like you interact with the bots to create a vault. Is that what you were
Yes.
talking?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, exactly. So for example, the vaults which are managed by Metropolis or Dr. Tangle, they are all the daily work, right? Like the rebalancing and how much of the reserve is added into the active bins. It's done by bots. So the only thing what I basically decide is what the bot needs to do, and I adjust this like daily sometimes. So how much active, which shape, how much spread. But the good thing is I don't need to like be like 24/7 online and do all of this stuff. And the next step, and this works already pretty nice. So I'm quite impressed by how good this actually works. But the next step is that not I need to make all decisions, what the bot is doing. The AI agent is taking the decisions by themselves. So because of market sentiment, volatility in the pair, predictions of the price going up or down, the AI agent is making decisions of the shape and the spread of the active position in the vault.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. So this is the big next thing, and then I'm betting against this AI. I'm looking forward to it.
Where can I place my bet?
We can do some bets then.
Well, yeah, dude. We need these prediction markets up and running ASAP. The SEG, get Spawn going, dude. I was like playing around on Metro actually while we're here because I actually needed some APRs actually, so this is like the perfect time when I've got you guys on the line for some live customer service, right? So
Customer service.
I was looking through this and I had a couple questions. Is like a vault card kind of like a trading? Like mine just doesn't load. I think it's because of my internet, but I'm assuming this is going to be. Is this just like to share the vault? Oh, here we go.
It's coming.
Okay.
Yeah. So the vault card is just a nice way to share the performance of the vault and to be honest, we're still shaping. This is such a new product. We are still shaping the front end, right? What data do we want to show? What is the easiest way for the user to go in? What does the user need to know to go in, right? And here, could you please click on vault stats?
Oh yeah.
Next to manage, go up, and then go up, and then there's manage.
Yeah, there we go.
Exactly. And then you go down a bit, please. Down. Here it goes. And then please click on 30 days, because I think this is quite interesting to show. So here you can see a couple of different lines, right? So one is the P&L line, that's the green one, and this shows what the real profit of this vault is. So basically, how much have you earned when you went in 30 days ago? Then you have the MVT line, that's the blue line, that's the underlying asset. So when you come from UniV2 LPing, it's the LP token. So it represents the real assets in the vault. So in this case, ETH USDC. And then you have the price development of USDC ETH, and if you would have hodled 50-50. And now you can see here on this chart how the vault have performed over the last 30 days across these different parts. And seeing, and this, I'm managing this vault, so I'm a bit proud, right? So seeing this green light on the top means that I have outperformed any asset in the vault.
Wow.
So doesn't matter if you went in with USDC or ETH, doesn't matter, you would have more. And
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Exactly. And this is, in my sense, this is the holy grail of LPing, right?
Yeah, this is the holy grail of DeFi. This is what everyone wants to see, is like, did I actually make any money here?
Exactly. And the nice thing is, you see this little this blue line. This blue line is above all USDC, ETH, and 50-50 hold, and this means not only the MET rewards, like the green line is with MET rewards, right? And even the blue line is above. This means your underlying assets, like the ETH and the USDC, is more.
Right on. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hell yeah. Okay.
How do you mind like walk us through like how the P&L here is really calculated?
So in this chart, the P&L is a sum of all the changes over time. So what we do is we calculate how. So the MVT, this is on the second line here, is the MVT Maker Vault token, and the Maker Vault token has a price, and it's representing the underlying assets in the vault. So if you have more ETH or more USDC in the vault, the price changes. So for example, if the vault earns fees, like we are not a V3 DEX, the fees which the LPs earn go directly into the vault, right? Then the MVT price goes up. So what we basically do is we then measure how does the price of the MVT token changes over time on a percentage level, and compare this to ETH. So for example, if ETH went up 10%, but the MVT token went up 15%, this means we have outperformed the market by 5%. And P&L is then on top of MET rewards. So because you earn fees, like real fees, and you earn all the Metro token rewards on top, and in the P&L numbers, we have added the MET rewards. That's the reason you will always see the green line higher than the MVT line, because it has more rewards on top.
Gotcha. I think this is really interesting and really cool. Also, I think an interesting, development. I mean, I've seen a lot of other projects kind of do this. It feels like early on in DeFi, basically what I'm getting at is like the incentives we're trying to use to kind of obscure the APRs. This kind of transparency, I think, is really cool, really important, and extremely valuable. I want to look at a little bit more of these vaults real quick.
I think what a very interesting vault is the first one, the BTC ETH vault, because this one has some special things. So one is it's fully insured by Sephora. Sephora is an on-chain security protocol, like insurance protocol, and we have a deal with them. This means all the curator fees, what these vaults are earning, goes directly to Sephora, and Sephora is then insuring automatically everyone who is part of this vault. So if you go into this vault and something happens, like a hack or whatever happens, right? DeFi is always something happen. Here, the Sephora insurance will cover it. That's quite nice. And the second thing is, this vault is a highly correlated vault, right? You have BTC and ETH, so you don't have any exposure to USDC, but you still earn pretty good yield. So you can see here when you go back to the 30 days, because it's often better to compare. No, when you go back, sorry.
My bad. No,
so here when you go back,
brain farted here.
You see again here it outperformed every asset in the pool. And yeah, if you're interested, Hank and I we started a new format. We do like monthly strategy sessions, in which we explain what really happens in the background, because these pools are actually a trading tool. So we need to decide if the price goes up and down, because this is how we set up the bots. And as better the strategy worked out, as higher profitable are the vaults. And at the moment, it works pretty well. So it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. So those strategy sessions, is that we talked about it last episode, I think. When do those come out? And they just come out on X?
Yes, we already had one. We can share the link. Yeah.
Yeah, it's monthly on X, so that we always can check again how's the performance going over time, because I mean, if you have such a new product, performance over time is really what validates it, right? So that's why looking at it monthly is what we're gonna do in those streams.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And then this is a like all the SUSD, like SUSDC or ST, like S in every correlation to any stablecoin. Is this? I know this is SSTS. So this is a packed vault. So when you go on all time, it's nice because then you can see how it's correlated to each other, right? And here it's basically the operator needs to decide how much risk it takes, because STS can be quite volatile. And if you rebalance in the wrong time, you get some impermanent loss, even if it's a packed pool. You can see it here.
Oh, interesting. So I'm really trusting this guy. Doesn't even have a name, dude.
Yeah, this guy's anonymous. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's anonymous. I don't know. I'm actually getting a little anxious about this here. Check out his D-Bank here. Let's do some research. Guys doing due diligence live on air.
So that's the cool thing. I mean, yes, you need to trust somehow the curator, but just to extent, right? So the curator cannot take the money away. It only can decide in which bins it goes. So the worst case which can actually happen is that the curator generates too much impermanent loss for you. And as you can see all the KPIs live all the time, you can always decide, oh no, this was not the right thing to do. I go out and go into another vault.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I'm glad we finally got you guys on the show, because this is a lot of good stuff here. You know what I'm saying? We've been gatekeeping from the community. That's how you can tell the liquidities. I know we haven't been diluted yet.
Yeah, no, it's been, like I said, it's been a long time, but I thought, like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's a unique project, and you guys do really good work, and glad you guys could come on and share some of this stuff. Is there anything else you guys wanted to share today, or anyone got any other questions, Corvo or Miu?
Maybe Hank, this one last slide would be nice, right?
I think we don't need a slide, but maybe just for what's to come for Metropolis, we can also.
I could. It's up to you, dude.
Just show it. It's a nice slide. Just show it. It's nice.
Okay.
Anyone wants to see the slide, dude?
Yeah,
anyone
see the slide.
Like slides. So
yeah.
I mean, it's a very new product, right? So right now the tech is live, but so I think it's a good time, Dracula, to join today, because the tech is really new. It's just there for 1 month now.
Yeah.
And all the scaling is now in front of us, right? So short term, we have something coming up that I think is pretty cool, which is our VIP, it's Vault Incentive Program. And what this one actually does is it allows us to incentivize vaults specifically. So if you are joining a vault, for example, then on top of the Metro rewards that you would normally earn, you will on top earn the specific VIP rewards. And I think this is going to be really nice, because with this really good curators, we can incentivize further. And for everybody else who wants to join it, they just earn a little bit more rewards on top. And then another midterm thing, which is then the next thing, is activating everybody in the Metropolis community to share the word about vaults. And for this, we have a referral campaign that we're setting up, and there everybody can earn rewards that brings in liquidity from just tweeting or referring to other liquidity providers. So this is some of the things we are planning right now to accelerate the growth, and I think this is a nice projection. So we often hear what is to come, right? What's the next thing? The tech is now there, and now we're really gonna focus on distribution and really focus on scaling this product and giving a lot of opportunities for the community and everybody in Sonic to hop on board and get involved. So
yeah, let's scale it.
Yeah.
Let's make everyone knows about the macro vaults.
Exactly.
And maybe just to add on to it, I think this could be an opportunity to bring in new users to Sonic, because this is like competitive. across the DeFi space. And Sonic is the perfect technology to get this done. So yeah, so it has really like potential to bring in new users to the chain.
Well, awesome, guys. Well, yeah, we'll have to bring you back on here a little bit down the road, check in on the vaults. Love it. And yeah, everyone make sure if you have not checked out Metropolis to check it out, set up a vault or join a vault. Yeah, we really thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah,
you.
thanks so much, guys.
This is a great conversations.
You know,
Thank you for having us.
Thanks
I
for
was so
having us. Yeah.
I was so depressed, right? And then now I'm feeling more bullish than ever, dude. I'm feeling like there might be hope actually. Wait, maybe DeFi's still alive.
That's right.
And maybe just to finish thing, because Dracula, when you mentioned the first place with the ETH USDC chart, right? We are not sure if it's going up or going down.
Yeah.
The vault, the ETH USDC vault, is exactly set for this scenario. Whatever happens, we will
nice.
win.
I'm about to move some over there then, I think.
Yeah.
To prepare for Valhalla or Armageddon.
Exactly.
So
it's really a real shame this message is missing, but well done, metrosexuals. Well done, metrosexuals.
all right, well, yeah, thanks for coming, guys, and we'll chat with you soon. Definitely keep in touch.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a
Thank you.
session. Bye-bye.
Godspeed.
And those poor guys, I said, yeah, you know, the protocol stuff's usually like 10, 15 minutes, but love to see it. You know, they're super passionate about it and know what they're talking about, which is
Exactly.
even
That's
more
the most
important.
impressive part.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Like,
DLM.
we asked a few like deep dive questions, asking to break down the different metrics. What does it mean? And also like they can add in more details when they're like managing the vault and see how they actually earn more ETH and all those like concrete plans that they've been working on the ground the whole day. So
yeah, and I love their like commitment to showing data, because there's not enough of that in DeFi. It's like I will take all the data you can give me, because like they were saying, a lot of times, you could be earning decent sized APR, but then you still have IL, you have fees, you have, a whole like other range of things that can actually affect your LPs. So I love that part, that they just have all this like data you can access.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Feels like a really, like they said, it's still kind of early when they're building it. Like they're not finished on like the UI and stuff, but I still feel like it's a pretty strong product from the start. And like, I feel like they're aligned really well for continued development on it. Like
also it helps that Dr. Tangle, as Z says here, it has the best German accent I've ever heard.
I didn't want to say anything, but it does kind of make you feel a little soothed, doesn't it? Like, oh, this guy's a scientist.
Yeah. I imagine him in like his little coat and some glasses, and he's like got a stick he's pointing at the chart with, and he's just explaining it very well.
Yeah, but there's other stuff, not just Metropolis. What else is going on right now?
I think, we went well over time on Metropolis, but we'll cover a few more things. I think obviously something we had to talk about was yesterday. An entire crypto. I mean, everything. Everybody on the timeline, all the projects, all the chains, everybody was under high alert and stress and panicking. There was a huge, like, potential malware issue where. This is actually kind of funny in hindsight, because it's funny how these things work. But essentially, one of the largest, this guy that's made tons of packages and tons of things on the dev side for Node.js, which is, obviously something that is used in like almost anything you use that is like software or online or whatever. He had gotten phished, and he actually shared the email he got phished with. He literally just got phished, and that gave somebody access to, all the info they needed to put a bunch of, bad stuff in a lot of his code. And literally this hack could have affected thousands of people and, could have like stolen billions of dollars, because it was giving it the ability to, it was targeting wallets. And the idea was that it wouldn't just steal your funds. So it wouldn't be just like, oh, someone has your private key and your funds are gone. But what it would have to do is it would actually, you would be like conducting transactions, and you would think you're conducting normal transactions, but in reality, you're, sending 1,000 USDC to, the hacker or whatever. So it's a pretty sophisticated attack, but everybody got on it really fast within like 30 minutes or so. I mean, it was something crazy. Within a very short amount of time, they had it narrowed down to like only things that had been deployed in like the last few hours could be still affected. Obviously, all your big protocols and exchanges and everything else were immediately on top of it. So yeah, this article here says at the end of everything, they stole less than $50. I think it ended up being more like $200. But considering that this could have been like maybe one of the largest hacks in like financial history, it's kind of wild that that's how everything settled.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious, like, is it like, all right, let's say you're a hacker, right? And you do something like this because it's such like an important package, like an important piece of software, like it's like your chances of being able to act on it are really small, right? Like, because the second, like, it feels like this is stuff that there's probably people actively watching these packages, right? Like for malicious updates.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd imagine that for sure. There's probably all kinds of scanners and all kinds of other things.
Because it's like this kind of thing doesn't just affect like crypto or whatever. This would be like if it's malicious JavaScript injection through the package itself, couldn't it like do literally fucking anything, like your bank account or whatever?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, we're talking not just crypto. This could, I mean, the attack apparently was targeting crypto wallets in general. But yeah, theoretically, if this thing had gone, unspotted, they could have basically pivoted to anything they want, really. So yeah, it could have been traditional finance, crypto, I mean, everything.
Interesting. Kind of makes me feel like a little bit more secure in this idea that like if there is like a 0 day on some core functionality, like if it's this broad, it's probably going to get caught right away. I know the stuff to be worried about is like the specific contract exploits, I suppose. But I did have my life flashed before my eyes. I don't know about you guys for a little bit when I read that, where I was like, wait a minute, is this like, are we seeing, how people say like quantum computing is going to destroy Bitcoin because anyone could just like hack it or whatever? I was like, are we seeing this right now? Is everything going to go to 0?
No, I mean, sadly, and I said this talking to somebody else, I was like, sadly, it's nothing as intense as that. It's basically the equivalent of billions and billions of dollars, depending on if a guy has higher security standards than your grandma. Because essentially he got email phished to get access to this. So that is kind of scary to me, looking back on it, that, you're just like a one Nigerian prince email away from our entire crypto system crashing.
Mm-hmm. Those fishers, dude, they're superior. The master race, dude. I had a couple questions I start here that I wanted to get to before we wrapped up too, since we're getting close. We're getting close, guys. We have any time for one more topic after this one. This is a big one though. First one, Sonic Strategy CEO just said in a podcast that Flying Tulip is launching this fall. Did you guys hear that?
I have not heard that yet.
That's from Yankee Ruin.
Neither.
Ruin, drop the link to that podcast. Let me know which one.
Yeah, send us the link. I do think that similar to the questions we've had about like the ETF and the DAT and everything, I think that with ramped up comms on Flying Tulip, I would say that, we're closer than we are far away. Like, it's not like, oh, this is coming in, summer of 2026 or something. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair expectation. Oh no, man. Zorg got hit. They ordered 4 pallets of party cups. That's a shame. I hope it's the ones that have like the 80s print on them, or like a red Solo cup, my personal favorite. But yeah, I guess it could have been worse.
Okay, wait. I got it now. I got his.
This is a Yankee exclusive.
A Yankee Ruin exclusive. We got boots on the ground. Yankee Ruin. Mitchell Demeter, correspondent.
Co-founder is a gentleman named Andre Cronje, and he's known as the godfather of DeFi. He's actually responsible for a lot of the primitives that are used across all of the DeFi projects and across multiple blockchains. He's been founder of multiple multi-billion-dollar blockchain projects over the years, and he's actually coming out with another project this fall called Flying Tulip, which is basically a full on-chain decentralized exchange that will compete directly with the largest centralized exchanges in the world, where we'll have on-chain spot trading, we'll have perps, have borrowing and lending, options, and a few other features on there that'll all be built on Sonic. And so, Andre, he's had successful consumer-facing applications over the years, and he's had this vision for this kind of all-in-one DeFi exchange that would be fully on-chain. But he says that the infrastructure, the blockchain to actually build something like this didn't exist. So he had to go and build the blockchain first, and now he can build this consumer application with a seamless user experience. And so we think that'll be a big catalyst for Sonic in the coming months here.
I didn't hear anything about September, but maybe he said it early on. It didn't seem like he was like confident on it. It seems more like he's just saying like it's gonna more like describing the product. Maybe just threw the date in there. I don't know, but it could be soon.
Yeah, I think they said something about the fall, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you can expect. Yeah, Yankee says he said in the fall. Like I said, I think you can expect this sooner than later. I don't think that knowing the way things go around Andre, I don't think it would be like, oh, we're just gonna keep. There was already some hype posts at this point. What was that? January, February. So I think we're getting close, guys.
I was just, he's been posting stuff like looking for new hires. So I was kind of thinking maybe we don't want to get too excited, but I don't know. Maybe he just needs support for like launch and stuff.
Sure. Something I wanted to bring up, like we did have a lot of topics for today, and I think we could cover a few of these tomorrow because we're going to be streaming tomorrow.
Yay!
Yes. Special stream tomorrow, same time as today. The first Sonic feedback stream with Gmsonic. Maybe we'll be able to get some other people to hop on here, but it's been a while coming. We've been collecting the data, crunching the numbers. So if you want a chance for us to read it, hit up sonicfeedback.com for the Anon survey. And you could also call 904-FAN-FACT if you want to like really have some fun with it. But we'll also be, interacting with the stream. So if you're on, definitely comment, send in questions. We're going to cover as much as we can, just talk about stuff, answer what we can, but it'll probably be more like a discussion, really, because we don't always have all the answers. But yeah, Zorg says, where do I give feedback about the feedback stream?
Same place.
Same place.
You should
Live on
yell
the stream
about it.
too.
You should post them to the void on Twitter, and maybe we'll catch it that way.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what people think. I'm excited to read all people's anger. I'm sure there's a lot of anger, a lot of rage. Let's get it out. Let's clear
Guys,
it.
there's some good stuff in there. We'll read some of the fun stuff too, of course, but it ranges from legit criticism, some good ideas, some schizo rants,
To some trolls.
some boomer. I don't know what's happening, but it's a fun mix, really. I think it's productive. Like I said, there are a lot of thoughtful submissions, but it's going to be fun to also just read some of the batshit crazy ones too.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully we can get, I want to get the community involved, you know what I mean? I had a question. This I was looking over the things we're supposed to talk about today, and I feel like this is something we got to talk about. Sonic leads in yield. Curve Finance ranked Sonic the #1 chain for stablecoin yields. What?
Wow, yeah.
Is that true?
I mean, I think he's true.
Do they do
that?
You go scroll down the second thread. Oh wait, where's the second thread? So there's a blog post that Curve posted on their monthly recap, basically. And then on the blog post, Curve shout out to Sonic because we are being the #1.
Oh, hell yeah. And look at Curve, dude. We just bring that Curve action here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
oh, hell yeah.
It's not even the first time he's said this. He made a similar statement very early on Sonic. And I mean, it's true. I mean, we've talked about it a good bit that, like I've said about myself, like even just being a DeFi guy, I do things on a lot of different chains. Really, I don't think there's better stable token yield really anywhere over Sonic. I mean, it's the truth. So nice little shout out, but it's also the truth,
Right on, dude. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's just perfect, right? For stable coins, you got to have really high speeds in order to make any money, right? Because you're capitalizing on really small price differentials. It's got to be really cheap too. Sonic does seem like the perfect place, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like the projects also are just, offering really good yield. Now, we got actually bigger news here. It has been revealed that Mew Mew does not use dark mode on her X.
Oh yeah.
So
I was getting caught out by you guys every single time by not using dark mode.
Getting announced to the world, you're hearing it here first. She hates dark mode.
Yeah, what's up with that, Mew Mew?
And then if we go to the blog post here.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, can we see?
All right, yeah.
Oh, I need to share another screen.
But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I would love to see a lot more curve liquidity on Sonic. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Curve got a really nice bid this year in the last 3 months. It was a good buy. Well, I mean, I guess that is fun. It's hindsight financial advice, so I guess I can say that, right?
Yeah, maybe do you want me to?
Doug had a question here.
Yeah,
this is the second time he's in.
Screen already.
Oh, there it is.
So this is the blog post that they put out.
Okay, hell yeah.
And
yo, wait.
Okay.
100%
yield.
dude.
Yeah, look at this.
Sonic.
Yep, top 2. Actually, 2 out of the top 4.
Out of the
3.
top 4.
Yeah, 3 out of
3.
the top 4. Yeah.
And look at the yield here. It's phenomenal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hopefully that means they get interested in putting a lot more liquidity on Sonic.
Yeah. And all right, final thing before we can go after this. You guys are free to go after this one. But Dub has asked this twice. Does Sonic strategy have to be listed on NASDAQ before they can raise?
So nice. He asked it twice. The answer is no. They can raise whenever they want. And, I don't know. Obviously, it's very complicated. That is something I do know, is that you do not have to have that listing to start raising. So They could be raising very, very soon.
That makes sense. It's just they can't be traded publicly on that.
Yeah, the shares would have to get worked out later, but considering that, they've allocated the funds to begin the raising, that part can actually basically proceed anytime. And I think, there's people already working on that right now. So
sweet. Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. There's your daily dose of hopium.
There it is. And yeah, like I said, we had a few more topics. We might get to them tomorrow, but yeah, come hang out tomorrow. We'll be going through everything. Like I said, we'll respond to anything in the comments we can, and looking forward to it. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So we will catch you guys same time tomorrow, about 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and we will see you then
for the first feedback stream.
That's right. First time.
Adios, folks.
Gmsonic is Corval and Dracula Presley. GM.